Welcome to lesson 11.1. This is the vocabulary builder from the beginning of the chapter. This is actually your bell work for tomorrow, so be sure to do this in your book before we meet tomorrow. Let's go ahead and take a look at today's lesson. Today's lesson is about polygons, and our goal is for you to be able to identify and classify polygons. Let's unlock the problem together. The Castle del Monte in Apulia, Italy, was built more than 750 years ago. The fortress has one central building with 8 surrounding towers. Which polygon do you see repeated in the structure? How many sides, angles, and vertices does the polygon have? A polygon is a closed plane figure formed by 3 or more line segments that meet at points called vertices. It is named by the number of sides and angles it has. To identify the repeated polygon in the fortress, complete the tables below. So let's take a look at the table. The first polygon that we're shown is a triangle. A triangle has 3 sides, 1, 2, 3. It has 1, 2, 3 angles, and it has 1, 2, 3 vertices. Let's take a look at the next polygon. The next polygon is a quadrilateral. It has 4 sides, 1, 2, 3, 4. It has 1, 2, 3, 4 angles and 1, 2, 3, 4 vertices. Go ahead and take a look at the rest of the polygons, fill in the chart, and check back for your answers. So here are the answers. A pentagon is a polygon that has 5 sides, 5 angles, and 5 vertices. And if you'll notice, this really is just a word study here. Tri means 3, quad means 4, penta means 5, hex means 6, hept means 7, oct means 8, non means 9, and deca means 10. So if we take a look at the picture here, here is our polygon. How many sides, angles, and vertices do we see there? Well, there are 8 sides, 8 angles, and 8 vertices. So this is an octagon. Taking a look up here at the math idea, sometimes the angles inside a polygon are greater than 180. If you remember last year in 4th grade, you learned to use a protractor, a tool that looks like this, to measure angles. And from here to here, whoops, getting those level, that would be 180 degrees. Well, if we take a look at this angle that's on the inside here, from here all the way around to here, that's actually 175 degrees. It's more than, if we were to look, this would be 180 degrees, right? From here to here, and this one goes further on around. All right, mathematical practices. Use patterns. What pattern do you see among the number of sides, angles, and vertices a polygon has? Well, hopefully you're seeing that whatever, however many sides it has that same number of angles and vertices. And the beginning syllable in its name is also the word for the number that tells that number. Regular polygons. When line segments have the same length or when angles have the same measure, they are congruent. Two polygons are congruent when they have the same size and same shape. In a regular polygon, all sides are congruent and all angles are congruent. All right, so let's take a look at this first box here with the regular polygon. You'll notice that each of the sides is 4 centimeters. That means they're all the same. They are congruent. All of the angles are 108 degrees. So that means all of the angles are the same. They are congruent. So this polygon is a regular polygon. If we look at the next box over, though, this one is not a regular polygon. And let's take a look at some of the shorthand writing on the shape that helps us to see that. So not all the sides are congruent. That means that this side is not the same size as this side, for example. And not all the angles are congruent. This angle is not the same as, say, this angle. All right, and you'll notice that they have some markings here to show that these are the same, that this is the same as this. This angle is the same as this angle, and this angle is the same as this. They show you that by the number of lines. So here where we have 2 lines across, that means that this line and this line that has 2 lines across also, that will be the same. And the same with these arcs on the angles. Since there are 2 here and 2 here, those are the same. But here there's just 1 and here's just 1. So these 2 are the same, but this is not the same as the one above it. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look. Label the Venn diagram to classify the polygons in each group, then draw a polygon that belongs only in each group. Go ahead and pause the video and then check back. Let's take a look. In this first circle, all of these shapes have congruent angles. That means that the angles are the same, including these in the center. And all of the shapes in this circle have congruent sides, which means they have the same size of side. The shapes that are in the overlapping part of the Venn diagram, these are regular polygons. That means that they have all sides and all angles that are congruent. And of course, the ones that I drew in there are not as perfect as the ones the computer generated for us, but trying to make it as closely as we can to making them all the same angles and all the same sides, yes. So explain how the group of polygons in the center section of the Venn diagram is related to the groups in the left and right sections of the diagram. If we take a look, all of these shapes have congruent angles. All of these shapes have congruent sides. And the ones in the middle, they fit into both of those categories. Name the polygon, then use the markings on the figure to tell whether it is a regular polygon or not a regular polygon. Go ahead and fill that out, then check back for the answers. All right, if we take a look at this shape, we see that it has 3 sides, 3 angles, and 3 vertices. So that would make it a triangle. Are all the sides and all the angles congruent? Well, if we take a look, this side is the same as this one, is the same as this one. Yes, the sides are the same. If we look at the angle marks, those are also the same. So yes, since it has the same or congruent sides and congruent angles, that does make it a regular polygon. Go ahead and pause the video, work through number 2, then check back. If we take a look at number 2, we can see that it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides. All of the sides are congruent. They all have one line through them. All of the angles are congruent. They all have one curved mark there. So that would mean that this shape is a hexagon. And since everything is congruent sides and angles, it is regular. Pause the video and work on number 3. Let's look at number 3. We can see that it has 4 sides, 4 angles, and 4 vertices. The word for 4 is, or the word part for 4 is quad. So this makes this polygon a quadrilateral. But if I look closely, I can see that this side, the top and the bottom sides, are not the same as the left and right sides. So since the sides are not all congruent, even though the angles are congruent, that still causes it to be not a regular polygon. Go ahead and do number 4 and then check back. On number 4, the shape is an the polygon is an octagon. Since all of the sides and angles are congruent, that makes it regular. Taking a look at the math talk, why do all regular polygons have the same shape? All angles are congruent on regular polygons, so that means that no matter how many sides they have, they will all be the same shape. If you would, please be sure to do your online assignment today. Don't forget to take care of the vocabulary builder. Also, I would like you to spend some time in Quizlet. The web address is on your work update for today. Do try to join us on Thursday because we're going to have a little bit of fun with some of this vocabulary. So make sure you're studying Quizlet every day and then be sure to join us on Thursday for our Zoom meeting. Have a great day.